Hello, everyone. No, this isn't another podcast, but instead we're going to be looking at the 1997 documentary Hands on a Hardbody, where we watch contestants try to play hot potato with their own sanity, trying to see who wins a free 1990 Nissan truck by standing up and seeing who can keep their hand on the truck the longest. Now, this may seem like something Mr. Beast would do, and I'm sure he has, but there was no other prize than that. It was just a truck. But to some, that's all that they needed.
3 minutes.
It's a contest, they say, of stamina, but it's who can maintain their sanity the longest. And that's what it is. That's what it comes to. Because when you go insane, you do.
So I wanted to say really quick, what an intense fucking line. If you go insane, you lose. The people here trying to win again, this is just for a truck. The people here trying to win this truck in this contest are ready to go clinically insane just so they can win a $1,500 truck. Which, again, this is like back in 1997, so this isn't like any small potatoes or chump change. It's a pretty good truck, but still, they're ready to go get a lobotomy if needed just so they can have this truck.
Trucks to a Texan is kind of like his hat. You know, it's either a cowboy hat or he's going to have a hat on his head. And that's the way trucks are here
Very
today.
absurd. And you have to realize later, hey, you know, it's a human drama thing. And it's more than just a contest. And it's more than just winning the truck.
So that man right there is actually going to be the main character of this little American anime. He was actually the winner of the 1992 contest where he was able to actually keep his hand on the truck the longest. Now it always puts a smile on my face anytime he comes up on the screen or he's doing his little interviews because he always just drops such an insightful quote into the mentality of what this contest can bring. If anything, this contest just shows what the truck represents. And it's an end goal for anyone who's willing to put in the effort to achieve what they want.
That's the first thing I do is sell the truck. I have so many bills to pay off. I have a car. I want to go back to school. And I want to get braces. There's just so many things I want to do.
Most of the drive is just to see how far I can push myself. I did it quite a bit in the military. I don't do it as much now. And you really don't get that many opportunities to do it out here unless you're just a real go-getter, which I'm not. And I think that if you lose your discipline, then you lose your edge, and you get slow and you get weak. So I need to test myself.
My husband and I have been praying for a truck, and I believe that this is what God wants us to do.
So as you saw there, not everyone's gonna want to be a cowboy or sees the truck the same. For example, Kelly just sees the truck as a means to an end. She wants a truck so she can afford the things that she wants, such as her braces. While other people like Greg Cox, he's just doing it for the sport. This guy is an entirely different animal. He's willing to stand out there for possibly days just so he can have fun. He wants to see if he still has that dog in him. While others, like Norma, is just an entirely different breed altogether. If there ever were a main character, this would be it. Norma truly has the power of God on her side, and you see this throughout the documentary.
The only way that I can be beaten, as far as I'm concerned, is if there was someone that had just got out of the Marine Corps. That person could possibly beat me. They would have the mindset for it. Because it's a conditioning. You've got to have the metal.
When they called, I was like, yes, perfect timing, you know. I mean, need a wheel's bad. I got the determination to do it, too.
I try to finish everything that I started. At least I try to. If I don't, I get very upset because I didn't finish what I started.
I can't picture myself walking away. I can't picture myself saying, I give up. That's just something I just won't do.
I'm not worried about it, the length of it physically so much as I am mentally. But coming out of the service, I kind of feel like I'm prepared for it.
What were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
So as we follow our main protagonists throughout this documentary, we see a lot of them have the same kind of mentality going into winning this truck. Benny, for example, has his own pride on the line. He's coming back there just so he can see if he can do it again and win himself another truck. As we see with the others, like Carrie, it's another personal reason. They want the truck so they can fulfill some monetary gain. The same can be said about Janice as well. Both Janice and Carrie seem to have that self-confidence within themselves, where if they start something, they're very likely to finish or want to see it through at the very least. But the most interesting character here in this whole manga panel, it has to be Greg. So Greg just said himself he's fresh out of the military, and that kind of contrasts with what Benny said, that the only way he would lose is if he lost to someone who's fresh out of the military. But what's interesting here is that both Benny and Greg seem to share the same principles. They both are trying to win this truck on a basis of pride. They're both willing to push their limits way beyond what anyone should do just to win a truck, just to demonstrate that they're still able to do it. The truck provides the opportunity for both Greg and Benny to challenge themselves once again and possibly find something along the way.
The Lord has answered a lot of prayer about them needing a truck. They sold their old truck the day that they called and told her that she had won to be able to be in the contest, and so we're hoping and praying that she can win it.
That's another girlfriend of mine, and we have a prayer chain at my church, and everybody on there, and even people that aren't on there, are praying for me, and so we believe in the power of prayer and the strength of the Lord.
How many people do you think are out there actually praying for her success?
In Longview, probably about 50 families, probably. And then her sister, they have a prayer chain in San Antonio. And I really have no idea how many are on that prayer chain, but are a member of her sister's church. So, conservatively, there could be 200 people probably praying, counting children and husbands and wives and, everyone. There maybe even more than that. I mean, I know our whole church is praying for her, and that's probably 400 to 500 people.
So this is why Norma is one of the more interesting characters in this documentary. She already had a truck. She just decided to sell it because she really believed that she was going to come into this competition and then win herself a new one. Not only that, but she has the support of almost over 200 people in a church praying for her. This also gives us a glimpse into Norma's mind, where she believes that through Christ anything is possible. But undoubtedly, my most favorite part about her is that she listens to this one headset this entire time that she's in the competition. And I firmly believe that she has the voice of God in those headphones, because every time she listens to those tapes, she seems like a brand new woman, reinvigorated and ready to continue on in this competition. And throughout this, I was half expecting the Pope to come down and make a surprise visit just to support Norma as well. But still, it's yet to be seen if faith alone is enough to win this truck.
I'm feeling great. I woke up at 3 this morning, and, I'm feeling great. So, praise the Lord.
1 minute!
When I'm standing beside that truck, all I'm going to have to do is realize that if I don't get it, I'm going to have to get another job. And I don't want another job. I don't want to go back to waiting tables like I did a month ago. And all I have to do is just think about that.
Payments, that's what's going to kill you when you buy a new vehicle. When I think of getting no sleep, that's going to be painful, but you can get rest later. You can win a new vehicle and have no payments. So that's the way I see it. That's why I'm going to put it
there's a scripture in the Bible that says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And that's where strength comes from. And you don't know that, it sounds foolish to people that don't know or don't believe that. But I'm telling you, if I win this thing, that's going to be why.
Everybody here thinks they're going to win it. Greg thinks he's going to win it. Janice and Carrie and me enroll.
What about Benny Perkins, a returning champion from the first year?
Well, we've been discussing this since 30 hours ago, but we hope he does not get it because we don't think it is fair at all for him to be in it. If he won it once, he shouldn't do it again. I mean, he should give everybody else a chance because I think that intimidates everybody, and we do not want him to win it. We said we will drop on the floor and die before we let him win it because we won't. Because we're not going to let him win it.
Right now, they're probably looking at me as the bad guy and hating me for it. And that's okay. I can deal with that. That's not a problem to me. It doesn't bother me in the least. They need to think of something else.
Gosh, I think about that all the time. I'm always thinking that it's there.
My greatest fear is accidentally moving my hand off the truck.
One of your gloves is laying on the truck. Is that legal to do?
Yes, as long as you have a glove on the hand that you have on the truck. Does that make sense?
It's completely legal.
It's completely legal.
Why do you take the glove off in the first place?
To read a book, flip the pages, it's a lot easier. I'm a very, very patient person. It doesn't bother me to wait.
36 hours into it, how you feeling, Kelly?
Right now, I don't feel that well at all.
Why not? Anything wrong?
No.
JD, we're 36 hours into it. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Blood pressure checked good, so I'm feeling all right.
Are you optimistic going into the 37th hour?
You mean going back into it and doing the thing? Oh yeah, you bet. Oh.
Have you always smoked non-filters?
Yep, always.
Honestly, I don't really have much to add here. I just really like the fact that JD is smoking on a fat dart during this competition, while everyone else is trying to keep their minds and bodies from reaching that breaking point when getting close to 40 hours.
Started at first, I wasn't involved in it, and I was standing there, and well, these people are going to be the next to go, and then I got into it later on. I got to laughing with them, and I realized, hey, there's something here, and so now when they start in, I try to join in. It's good for you.
Every time it comes, it's like I have pain in my feet, and then when it comes, it's like it takes away the pain. And then it, lasts for a little while, and then it comes like just when I need it. So.
That's what they're predicting. It's not worth it. No.
Then why not leave the competition now instead of going through the grueling hours?
Well, we're at 37 hours right now. That'd be a waste of time. If you're going to do that, why don't you do it at 12? So might as well go all the way out this time, but you know what you're getting into. Don't do it again. You don't want to.
So you're here for the long haul then?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kind of mentioned he was, just kind of hearing voices or something, somebody calling his name or something, and they weren't. And so I guess he knew, he needed to get out.
So this isn't going to be the first or the last time one of these contestants drop out because they've reached their limit into how long they can bear the contest. But honestly, I just love it every time one of these contestants just goes on about how they can stand there for days, but then in the next few moments we see them just walk away because they've reached their limit. Honestly, I forgot who he was. He was kind of a sub-B tier character in this whole drama, but then it just goes to show exactly how taxing this contest is. He said that he started having auditory hallucinations. It was at this point that he knew he officially lost his marbles.
You gotta have them.
I stayed up a little over 5 days in the military at one time. Of course, that was, we were in the middle of a mock war. And if you sleep, or if I slept, sleeping is as good as dying. And although the stakes aren't as high this time, I think I can do it. I want it pretty bad.
Drink it with. I have to go.
All right. Okay, Greg.
Hey, Mom, anybody that's going to be here?
Yes.
My mind is seriously going downhill, so if I start thinking about quitting, just kick me out.
Okay. We will be here.
No, I'm not worried about it, the length of it physically so much as I am mentally. But I would be, coming out of the service, I kind of feel like I'm prepared for it.
What were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
My ankles and my heels are really hot. My knees are swollen. I can barely even feel my calves anymore. And my arms, I do good to lift them. What? I don't have anything else. I'm done.
That's okay. That's all right.
It's nothing like, anything I've ever stayed up for before. I said before, after the body gives out, it's all mental, but I've since learned it's a combination, and all the want in the world doesn't make up for it when the body can't do it.
Now, Greg's defeat was a little bit more bittersweet because he wasn't really doing this contest for the truck. I mean, the truck was a really nice prize, but it really looked like Greg was into this contest just so he can prove that he can do what not many others can accomplish in the same night. So it's sad to say that it looks like the military can train someone for the horrors of war, but they can't train someone for the war that they deal within themselves.
Keep wondering, well, who's going to go down next? And this is when you start getting the really big rushes. When it gets down to like 5 people and somebody drops off, it's like awesome exhilaration. And you feel like you could jump to the moon. I mean, it comes up on you. I mean, and you feel it all over. And you just get the shakes. I mean, it's like, I would compare it to killing a deer the first time. The first time you kill a really big animal. It's an exhilarating thing. You get so excited.
You can't lean. You have to stand up.
At the same time, you feel really sad for this person. And you feel sad for them, you feel sad for their family, because they've been up there all this time, and they lost. They ain't getting nothing. You know, it's sad.
Told my wife that I wasn't going to complain. I'm not going to stand up there and talk about how tired I am and all this, and rap a lot about being tired and give out, you know.
Oh god, at this point you just hate to see it. Some people don't even do it deliberately, it's just you can really tell the fatigue is setting in on most of these contestants. As soon as he realized the mistake he made, you can instantly see the regret on his face. Not only that, at this point, it's just as Benny says, each loss is a little taxing on everyone that's there. You're not only getting closer to your goal, but you're also losing the friends that you made along the way.
And I'm going to get emotional here because it's an emotional thing.
Absolutely.
You can make close friends real quick, and you can get real attached to people. If you, what's one thing's probably wrong with the world, people don't take the time to notice who's right beside them, who could be a very close friend to them.
She's lasted this long.
But all worried about making a mistake?
Well, I have to be careful. I'm trying to, get serious and be careful now, getting to that point where
need to stop laughing so much and be careful.
How's the head? How's the mind?
It's still there. You got to really pay attention.
Are you at all worried about making a mistake out there?
Oh yeah, yeah. Really worried about it because that's all it takes.
Are you communicating at all with the other people on the truck?
I don't want to hear them tell me they're going to be standing here forever because that would depress me. I'd rather just stay down here and talk to them, and hopefully they'll fall asleep without me knowing. And it just don't seem like they're going to. I don't feel like I can stay here another 12 hours. Because how long are we here right now? 68? Oh, dang, that's almost 100 hours.
These guys are thinking about 100, 105 hours.
I know, they're thinking about breaking the record. Especially, what's his name?
Even if they drop off, if I'm not through, if I haven't done what I want to do, I want to continue on by myself, and I want to at least try to beat the world record.
102 hours.
102 hours.
Around, you gonna move around at all?
No, because I'm too tired. If they'll just sit there and talk to me, I'll do fine. But if I start walking around, I'm afraid I won't think and slip my hand off.
Break it.
It's great. Leave the truck.
Sure you're not with
Truck's opened up. There's not as many people on the truck. It gives you the freedom to move around. Are you gonna move around at all?
No, because I'm too tired. If they'll just sit there and talk to me, I'll do fine. But if I start walking around, I'm afraid I won't think and slip my hand off.
Jan, as you were driving up, you saw Kelly Mangrum. How would you describe her?
Very incoherent. I did a U-turn and pulled into the closest parking lot and said, "Kelly, are you okay?" And she just stared very blankly at me. And a friend of hers came up and said, "She's okay." And I said, "Kelly, where are you going?" She said, "I'm going home." She had no shoes on. She had her socks on, and she just looked very out of it.
Where exactly was she in relation to the truck?
She was about 3 blocks north of the dealership. It wasn't very well lit. She's just walking, I guess, heading home.
That's right, motherfucker. Don't ask for whom the bell tolls, for it tolls for thee. Now, this elimination was probably by far the most interesting to watch because you see Kelly, she was so full of self-confidence throughout this whole contest. And a simple mistake such as walking around the truck and letting her hand slip off could just end a whole streak just like that. The worst part about it is that she mentioned to herself and said that she wasn't going to do the very thing that got her eliminated. And then you kind of just see her walk away in shame from the truck, probably walking herself to the nearest insane asylum to lock herself up into the loony bin after getting her mind destroyed from that horrible contest. And because of this, now only 3 remain.
We lost Kelly.
Yeah. She was kind of getting disoriented. You know, that's what I noticed for a while there. They were having to tell her which way to turn and whatever. And I guess I don't know, other than that, they said she walked off. I don't know, if who she was talking to, but she looked already, she was ready to go.
We're going to take 3 5-minute breaks. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Y'all have a call, and then we're going to just, in other words, you got to go, we're doing your drug test. Okay? Y'all care what order? 1, 2, 3? Is that cool?
You want to go what it goes for?
Well, no. Just watch. Mr. Benny's taking off now. Watch him. Somebody hang on. Judges.
And that's a sad thing to, come that close and then realize, hey, I just don't have it. And, the way I look at it, if I do lose, the person that wins, they'll have it going on. But, gee whiz, how far will we go?
Alright, well, blink and you'll miss this one. You probably noticed that Benny dropped out of the competition because his left foot started to swell up and hurt. And as we see him walk away, that's the stride of a true champion. He tried to stick it out through to the very end despite his foot going to sleep and not being able to feel it anymore. And after all that, you could only feel sorry for the man as he really did hold out to the very end. But one thing's for sure, he was able to be a U.S. Marine. And not everyone can say that.
Norma, what do you think of George Strait?
I don't really like country western music. I'm just waiting to take this truck home.
Every time she listens to that tape, she seems like it's a brand new woman. If she keeps listening to whatever she's listening to, whatever that is doing a good job.
It's 12:29 and 93 degrees in East Texas. It's a hot one this Friday afternoon.
So I really like at this point of the documentary, where it's the final two contestants left, Norma and JD, you can really tell who's about to reach their breaking point first. But it seems in terms of stamina, someone's going to need or at least want the truck more than the other person. And that's what it really comes down to when observing these last two contestants.
Norma, you're coming up on the 78th hour. How you feeling?
Hi. Woo! Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Woo! Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow. Woo!
Norma, is the heat affecting you today?
Bow, bow. Nope. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow.
What about your legs? How are your legs?
They're great. I don't have any pain. Bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Alright, just kidding. It looks like listening to the voice of God nonstop for the last 2 days sent Norma's mind to the goddamn shadow realm. She went insane in the membrane in the worst way, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't even remember what she's doing there anymore. If anything, I feel like this is some form of divine punishment for putting her God to the test. Or maybe this is some elaborate plan like when she convinced everyone to laugh that one time earlier in the documentary. Maybe she's just trying to use this melody as a tactic to annoy JD into wanting to die so he doesn't win the truck.
Norma, how long do you think we can stay out here? How long do you think you can go in this heat?
Hey, till I get that truck. That's what I came for, that truck. That's right. I came for that truck.
Have you had any visions while you've been out here? Have you had any hallucinations or delirium?
Nope. 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 Just gonna dance till he comes.
You gone. He's out. Norma's out. Let's go.
Okay, well, I didn't want to give any spoilers to this anime, but in a shocking conclusion, Norma didn't win. And at this point, it was pretty obvious that her mind was too far gone to really comprehend what was going on around her. But still, it was so devastating to see her break down like that because she knew that she was so close to the finish line, but just fell a little short. Who knows, maybe her strategy of praying to God to win the truck may have worked, but it could be possible that Jesus might just be a Ram 1500 fan instead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You gonna stay?
Take these gloves off. Take the hands off.
You're not disqualified now, Bubba. Get all right, man. You over there. I ain't got that much time. No way. No, you can cry, Bubba. Yeah, go sit. Come on. Come on. She's back.
Take him on. Hey, I ain't got no buggy seat. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat like you want it. See, I'm going to give this to my wife. This is going to be her truck. Look at that. Just what you want. Look there. Got a bench seat and everything. It's all right. Let's go home and get us some rest, huh? You going to sit in there? Huh? Hey. Huh? 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 Well, let's just go.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. If you sat through all of that video just to find out who won the hands on the Hardbody truck, congratulations. Spoiler alert, it was JD. He won the truck, and what a man. He didn't even keep it for himself. He gave it to his wife, Virginia. When dealing with the psychology of what it takes to just stand there for a total of 78 hours, it just shows you what kind of man this guy was made of. Because he wasn't in this competition for himself, he was doing it for his wife. So it could be that doing this competition for more than just yourself was what gave him the motivation to stand there for all that time. This is a very interesting documentary because you get to see the human experience play out through so many characters throughout this whole chapter. But we can all agree on one thing. This would make a really good King of the Hill episode.